Hey everyone. Nary's not feeling too great right now. Uh, I'm not dizzy anymore. My headache has gone down. But when I woke up this morning, I was like really nauseous, and that's gone down. But also now, I'm, my sore throat has gotten really, really bad. I've got like cough drops, a full water bottle, and uh, even some throat numbing spray because I can tell I'm gonna need it. But it feels good to be doing something. Thank you so much for the Hydrate Redeem, Tessa. Mm, mm, okay. Ugh, still hurts to swallow. I might grab some more. I might grab some Tylenol and then I'll sit back down and we'll get started. One sec, guys. I'll be right back. Thank you so much for the head pats, Tessa. Or LRB, sorry. Thank you so much for the head pats, LRB. Mm. Anyway, I'll be right back. Mm. You were soaking your foot, and now your mother brought you a cane. Oh, that was nice of her. Okay, I know I did say to myself that I was going to be kind to my liver, but I'm going to take some more Tylenol. My throat's in a lot of pain right now, and my thumb is in a lot of pain right now. And, mm, and, you know, I was in bed all day today, but I really mean this. It does feel really, really good to just get up and do something to like distract me from how I'm feeling physically. Anyway, let's resume. Please be happy. Mm, mm, I'll also take a cough drop because my throat's still really sore. So, when we last left off, MIHO, a little mischievous Gumiho, snuck into the skyport of Wellington, New Zealand, stowing away on an airship illegally, uh, ran around for a bit committing crimes, stealing from convenience stores, uh, met some cute girls in a
Please be happy.
library, and got caught trying to steal from them. And for the first time, as soon as MIHO leaves, people who have seen her forget about her, but these two girls remembered her. And so that was where, and so now she's freaking out, but they gave her a place to stay and food and like a comfy bed to sleep in, and they're so nice to her, even though she tried to steal from them. But now MIHO's bored, and she's doesn't know what to do with all the spare time when she's not running around foraging, having to spend so much time on survival. So Juliet, one of the girls she's with, has taken her to look for something to do. And that's where we left off. Be brave,
Shall we
MIHO.
pick up where we left off?
Yes, we shall. Leaving the library unlocked, we set off down the familiar path. Juliet maintains a brisk pace, but isn't too fast. I like this a lot more than going slow.
So, MIHO, how are you enjoying Wellington itself so far?
I like it. It's not too big and it's not too small. Like that there's the ocean and mountains close by.
Yes, we're truly fortunate to live in such a paradise.
How'd you end up here in the first place? You said you came from the underworld, right?
That's correct. I was much wilder and irresponsible in those days.
Oh, sort of like me.
But then, I met someone who changed my life. Someone who made me want to be a better person.
The girl in the painting? It's the girl in the painting, isn't it? The painting that I tried to steal?
Part of that meant reinventing myself, with a new life in a new place. Rather like what you've been doing too.
Huh. I can't picture you being crazy like you said.
That's something of a relief, but it was certainly true at the time. Sometimes, it does feel as if I was an entirely different person back then.
I know what that's like.
It can be difficult to reconcile who we were with who we are, or want to be.
Doesn't
Yep.
seem like you had too much trouble with it.
I wouldn't say that. For one, this was very long ago. And even now, I continue to change. Everyone does. Perhaps in a few hundred years, I'll look back on these days, and they'll also seem like someone else's life.
Maybe.
Not that I think Juliet is lying. But it seems to me like she's just being modest. I may not have known her for long, but if anything, she seems a little too perfect. Oh God. Ugh. Hold on, guys. I just started to get chest pain, guys. Fuck. Fuck. I'm okay. It just hurts. It's not like I'm having a heart attack or anything. I'm okay. It's more like my ribs are sore. It's weird. Probably because I was lying down all day. It isn't too late in the evening yet, so there are plenty of other people out and about too. Occasionally, someone will recognize and greet Juliet, and she always gives them a friendly greeting in turn. After walking in silence for a couple minutes, I clear my throat.
I've got a question.
Oh, God. What's your question, MIHO?
What is it?
Do you always walk places?
As opposed to?
Flying? You know, like a bat?
Flying. Can't you turn into a bat?
Oh, yes. I suppose I can. I do so only sparingly, though.
Oh, God. Yeah. Chest pain is still there. I'm just hoping I slept on it funny. It's not like I'm having shortness of breath or anything. So, that probably does tell me that I am not about to die. Heh. Fuck you, death. I mean, don't get me wrong. I still feel like I'm swallowing charcoal every time I breathe, but I don't feel like I'm having difficulty breathing. It just hurts.
I find that I appreciate life more as a human than as a bat.
Why? That's weird. Like being a fox a lot more. Being a human just feels clumsy. Your arms
Yeah.
and legs are way too long and get in the way all the time.
You have to wear clothes and follow rules and all this other nonsense. Uh,
I suppose that's true. It can be quite awkward at times. Or even embarrassing.
uh, After this, after today though, I do think I'm gonna take like a day off Tylenol. I haven't been drinking these past couple days, which, Nary's not drinking? Nary's not getting drunk? What is the world coming to? I mean, you can't mix acetaminophen with alcohol. It's not safe. And I've kind of needed acetaminophen to, like, deal with the pain. But, way too much acetaminophen can be bad for your liver, and I don't really have the healthiest drinking habits, even though I've been sober for a couple weeks now. So,
Yeah, exactly. I've never been embarrassed as a fox.
I can run around naked and no one gives me weird looks. I can dig holes and nobody stares at me like, oh, what a weird girl. They're like, oh, it's a fox doing fox things.
I understand. There are certainly downsides. I believe the good makes up for the bad, though.
Well, that's your opinion,
Some
Juliet.
things are only possible as a human, or fabled.
Like what? I can't think of any, other than talking like this.
Like writing, for one thing, as our dear friend Aspen would surely mention. Or perhaps... like dancing. Have you ever danced, MIHO?
Foxes can dance.
Nope, never. I don't get why people do it either. Don't tell me you like dancing. Is that your hobby?
I must confess that I do enjoy it. At times, that is. I wouldn't call it a hobby. But with the right person, at the right moment, it can be quite nice.
Gay! Gay!
If you say so.
I find myself saying that a lot lately. If you say so. Shaking and flopping your body around for music. Covered in sweat running down your hot body. No, it's not for me. I don't even know how they come up with this stuff. But I'm trying to remember to be polite, so I keep that part to myself.
So, on that note, I should have asked this earlier. Are there any hobbies that you have as Fox?
I never thought about it that way. But now that you mention it, almost everything is better as a fox. The sun feels nicer on my fur than it does on my skin. Flowers smell better and more interesting when I sniff them. It's more vivid.
I remember Aspen using that word and explaining what it means. I bet she'd be proud if she heard me
You
use
do
it.
make it sound lovely. But are those things you do for fun?
Well...
I almost say yes right away, but then I think about it for a second. I do love those things I mentioned, but maybe they don't fit what Juliet is asking.
Guess not. They feel good, but they're not fun.
That's still valuable too.
So far, we've been following the same path that I took earlier when I went into town. But when we come to a crossroads, Juliet turns in the direction of a neighborhood instead of the city.
The first stop I need to make is down here. After that, we'll go look around and see if there's anything fun.
Running around naked and digging holes, Nary Core 101. Ain't that the truth? And stealing. Can't forget about stealing, LRB.
Alright, I'm just following you.
This isn't the same neighborhood where I hid from Juliet a couple nights ago. Although it's pretty similar, some of these houses are the sort that reminded me of bugs when I first arrived in Wellington. Are those like the tsunami-proof houses? Like build it up on top of the hill and give it stilts? We stop at one of them. Ugh. A little one-story house with the porch light on. I follow Juliet to the front door and she rings the doorbell.
Is this for one of your errands?
Yes. We're delivering those papers that were requested.
She straightens out the 2 yellow packets she was carrying. The door opens and a young woman carrying a baby stands
Oh, Miss
behind it.
Juliet! So good to see you.
With one of her trademark smiles, Juliet hands over the papers and the two chat for a bit. I lean against the wall, not involved or listening. When talking to the lady, Juliet uses the same warm tone and softness as when she's talking to me in Aspen. In fact, if I close my eyes, I could almost pretend that I'm back at the breakfast table with both of them, listening to them go on about books. Eventually, the woman takes the folder, and after saying goodbye several times, we leave. As soon as we're off her property, I turn to Juliet.
What was that all about?
I suppose you could call it another one of my hobbies. Sometimes, patrons have requests for information on their ancestors, or a piece of history that they'd like to learn about. For example, Mrs. Aliyu wanted to know about her husband's culture so she could teach her new child. I
Aww.
find and collect what's requested, and bring it to those who asked.
Whoa. Sounds like a lot of work.
It can be, but I don't mind it. The past is worth preserving, but not everyone knows how. It's my honor to help people do so. I have assistants too, such as dear Orpheus, who is delivering a letter on the far side of town for me.
Are all the bats your helpers?
Some more than others. They're friends, not pets. And so if they don't feel like helping, then I won't force them.
To me, it sounds like a lot of trouble to go through for someone else. Even with the bats helping out. But Juliet apparently likes being inconvenienced. It's the same as letting me stay in her library. Still, that sounds like it could be really helpful in my own search for the traveler. As Juliet leads us to our next destination. Juliet's playing it cool, but you feel like one moment of contact and she'll crack. Listen, LRB, I think it's gonna be, MIHO who cracks, making little fox whimpers as Juliet pins her against the wall. I try to keep my eyes peeled for anything interesting. There are plenty of people sitting out at tables having a meal, or walking around the shops, but nothing out of the ordinary. In fact, it's not that much different from when I was here earlier. There are more fabled and fewer humans, but there are still plenty of those too. Some of the places I passed by now are closed, but some, like the music store, are still open. When we come to a big building with a lot of posters on the walls, we
This
stop.
is one of our movie theaters. They show all the most popular films, as well as independent ones from local creators. Have you ever been to see a movie before?
What's movie?
Not in a place like this. I know what movies are, but I don't think I've ever watched one.
Ah, so she's not that uninformed.
You should try it sometime. Maybe you'll find you like them. Movies can make you feel all kinds of different things. Happy, sad, scared, or just amused. Some are good for making you think, and some are good because you don't have to think about anything and can just relax.
Why would I want to watch something that makes me sad or scares me?
For some, it's fun to explore different emotions in a safe environment like that. When we see something that makes us feel strongly, it can stick with you. Perhaps cause you to view things in a different light. And if it ever becomes too much, you can simply stop watching or put on something else.
I'll try it sometime.
Or leave the theater.
Although, I don't know about the sad or scary ones.
There's nothing wrong with that. Everyone has different preferences.
Hey, Ari! Vampire fox babies sound awesome. They do, don't they, Tessa? Welcome home, Ari. I am battling sickness, but it shall not defeat me. Okay, my chest is really sore, but I am still breathing, so I'm okay. Cheers, I'll drink to that confidence. I can't drink, Lucy. I've been taking Tylenol for pain and right now, so you'll have to drink for me. Normally, I would be throwing them back like nobody's business, but sadly, Nary's gotta stay sober tonight. Along the way, Juliet, oh, thank you for the hydrate redeem. Ooh, ow, ow. Along the way, Juliet continues to point out different shops and locations that she thinks I should know about, like another library or a museum. I'm not very interested in either of those things, but I smile and nod and pretend that I am. Thank you, Lucy. I do have a giant water bottle right next to my computer right now. Thank you so much. I'll have another free hydrate redeem for y'all. After a while, we leave the city behind and reach the waterfront, just like I usually do. Mary Jane says she's great when you can't drink. So Tessa, what I normally do if you're talking about weed, I will normally, when I'm healthy, mix weed with alcohol and get fucking crossfaded all the way to Jupiter. And the thing is, I don't know if it's a good idea to mix weed with, fucking... Like, I know it can help with pain, and it can slow the growth of cancer cells up to a point, which would be something if I had cancer cells, but I don't. But I don't know if mixing weed and acetaminophen is a good idea. I'd rather play it safe. I'm even gonna cut back on acetaminophen because, like, I'm worried about long-term liver damage. I like my liver, and I don't want to get it replaced. It can help with colds, yeah. Maybe once the acetaminophen leaves my system, I'll try weed. my inner goblin is fascinating? You have seen that, LRB. You absolutely have. After a while, we leave the city behind and reach the waterfront, just like I usually do. The ocean looks much different at night, with the starlight and moonlight reflecting the water off the water. Out at sea, there are a few lights that must come from the boats, and sometimes lights in the sky from passing airships. You might even say, chat, you might even say that I'm rather attached to my liver, and I don't want it to stop working just yet because I'm just so attached to my liver. Huh? Huh? Am I funny? You usually try to handle pain until you can't, then take pain meds. I normally just try to handle pain too, but this pain I've been going through lately, not just the cold, but not just like or viral infection or whatever it is that I have. Pretty sure it's not COVID though. I've had COVID and it was a lot worse than this. But especially because of my sprained thumb. It's like right above the joint at the base of the thumb. And so there is not a place on my thumb where it would hurt more. It's kind of agonizing. So I've been taking a lot of pain meds for that. The ocean looks much different at night, with the starlight and moonlight reflecting off the water. Far out at sea, there are a few lights that must come from boats, and sometimes lights in the sky from passing airships. Yo, you know what's even cooler? Swimming in the ocean at night. Like you swim in the ocean at daytime. And it's like, that's cool. But then you swim in the ocean at night and you get a dive light and and it just feels completely different. It's so cool. I saw an octopus out in the open one time. Now, when do you ever see octopuses out in the open? They're just like kind of swimming along the sand. Not in a little hidey hole or anything. They are more active at night. Swimming in the nude is the best. Unfortunately, where I am, it's a little too cold to swim in the nude. I'll have to take another trip to someplace tropical to do that again. Oh, hey, maybe swimming is gonna be MIHO's hobby. Maybe she's gonna take her clothes off right now and dive naked into the ocean. We head down a small path to the boardwalk, where we look out onto the water. There are a few empty buckets sitting on the ground nearby, as well as some folding chairs. I point them out.
What are those for?
People like to fish off at this pier. They come at all hours, but I believe this spot is used for teaching lessons during the day.
Ooh, lessons on how to catch fish?
That's correct. Is that something you're interested in?
Maybe. It's one of those things that I like doing as a fox, but I don't know if I'd like doing it the human way.
I think you're gonna have too much ADHD gremlin energy. I should move myself over a little bit just a little bit so y'all can see MIHO's text box, because I just noticed that
Should you
I
decide you'd like to try,
I
I'm
am
sure there will be
blocking it.
someone here who's happy to instruct you.
And I'm just gonna say, MIHO, that you have a moment to speak about our Lord and Savior Cthulhu. Anyway, I don't like having my ears cut off the screen, but I do want you guys to be able to read MIHO's dialogue. But MIHO, I'm just gonna say right now, I've been fishing the human way, and from one fuzzy-eared ADHD autistic lesbian to another, it's fucking boring. I really do not think you would have the patience for it. Just stick to catching fish the fox way. It's a lot more fun.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't want to commit to anything, but it couldn't hurt to come check this place out during the
I'm
day.
glad you found something that struck your fancy. Is there anywhere else you'd like to visit while we're out? Or should we return home?
Nah, I'm ready to head back. Is there anything for dinner?
I'm sure we can put something together.
Then let's go.
Since I actually know where we are now, I lead the way home, with Juliet close behind me. Juliet, resist the fluffy tail. This isn't that kind of story. I'm just imagining MIHO taking fishing lessons, bored out of her mind, and then she just stands up like, let me show you, this is boring. Let me show you humans how I catch fish. Takes off clothes, dives into the ocean, comes back up with a wriggling fish in her mouth. I got one! Wow, that's a really unique way of catching fish. It's another chilly morning in Wellington. I'm outside the Bell House, waiting for Aspen.
People are gonna think I'm staking this place out. And for once, that isn't true.
It's after breakfast, but before the sun's up. Aspen invited me for a free drink before they open, but I'm starting to think I've been duped. Oh, Tessa. Oh, God, you just fucking dated me with that reference. Oh, God, I feel so fucking old now. Foamy the squirrel. Holy shit, Tessa. My God.
Anytime now.
I rub my arms and bounce around to try and stay warm. Yo, I even do the same thing when I get cold. I start rubbing my arms together and like bouncing up and down. Oh my God. She really is just me but Fox. Right as I'm thinking about picking the lock myself, the front door swings open and Aspen waves me inside.
So anyway, like I was saying, my uncle taught me this trick to make it taste better. You put a little bit of salt in the coffee and it brings out the flavor, right? Not too much. You don't want to make it salty, but just a little bit.
Whoa! Lena! Chill! Oh, I date all my cuties, Tessa. Nah, but seriously, I remember Foamy the squirrel. You made me feel fucking old.
Sorry about that. I got a little held up.
I was thinking maybe you forgot about me after all.
No, you're not rid of me that easily. I was just...
I tried it and it's really good. Have you tried it? Remind me, I'll make you one. So then I was thinking, if I start doing that every time I make a drink, eventually people will start realizing that their coffee's better when I make it, but they won't know why.
Lena? Take a breath.
talking to Lena.
Lena. We met Lena day one, the bird, who works at Aspen's coworker. She was at the coffee shop the first day. I remember Daria, too. La 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 la, la 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 la, this is my stuff. Got to get off, I can't go up. Excuse me, da 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 da. Excuse me, da 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 da. I've got to be direct if I'm not pleased expect. You're standing on my neck. I remember Daria. I basically was Daria through my high school days, but more emo. But yeah, MIHO met Lena the first time at the Bell House. She ordered a vanilla latte from her.
That can always take longer than you expect or plan for.
'Cause she doesn't shut the hell up. Got
But
it.
she and I often look the other way for each other on certain things. Such as letting you in before the store opens, for instance.
Oh, am I not supposed to be here? That's cool!
Yeah, rule breaker.
As long as we open on time, it's fine, and Lena and I are the two fastest.
Oh shit, you're older than me, Tessa.
You kind of have to be when she's involved.
What do you mean?
I'm sure you'll see. Come on, what do you want today?
I inspect the menu. It says unhelpful
Here's a
as
paper
ever.
copy, if that's easier to read.
She hands me a little printout menu. It's also distinctly lacking
Sorry,
pictures.
can't read it.
Oh, do you need a Korean version? I'm afraid we don't have one.
Oh, no, I can't read.
Nah, can't read any languages.
I may as well have told her that the sky is green. Well, that explains why you were reading books for toddlers ages 3 and under when I saw you at the library that day. Aspen stares at me in clear disbelief. This isn't the usual weird look. This is beyond that. She's gonna be like, Lena, cover my shift. This is an emergency. I've got to teach a cute fox how to read. She laughs nervously.
You're joking, right?
Nope. She collapses onto a stool behind her, fanning her face with the
I
menu in
can't
her
believe
hand.
it. I just can't. So you've never... You haven't. Wow.
I can tell she really wants to say more, but holds
I
herself
suppose
back.
that explains a lot. Still, I just can't imagine.
It takes a moment, but she regains her composure.
Anyway, if you want to try something new, then how about our ambrosia latte?
Ooh, what's that?
It's one of our seasonal beverages with apple and caramel.
I am already in love with it. Give. Stunned silence, LRB. That was a look of utter shock and horror. Calling it now, Aspen is going to take it upon herself with firm determination through the long and difficult task of teaching MIHO how to read.
What?
Hi, babe.
I got the secret bird.
Harrow's back is arched. Skimble, I think... Oh, she was stretching. I thought... Okay.
Skimble thinks that I brought him something. Isn't that right, Skimble?
He's like, no, don't put me in air jail!
Apples and coffee? I've never had that before.
Precious little boy.
He's so cute.
Not biting my nose.
Yet.
I have a Furby to go with skin.
Oh my god.
I've got 3 colors of it.
What a sentence to say on stream. I've got a Furby to skin.
Not just any Furby, but a Furby baby. A baby Furby.
Lexi is off to skin a baby Furby.
And then I'm gonna dye its fur. Or
I swear I'm not dating a psychopath, guys.
I limit all my experimentation to Furby subjects rather than human subjects. Okay.
Yes, well, we're experimenting with the recipe still.
Hey. Not like they need the fur. Why not harvest it? Lucy, not you two. Oh my god. You're scared. You guys are scaring me.
I said that we should try adding more cinnamon to it.
I was on Reddit. I saw one Furby with 7 stories tall.
I don't even know where Lena comes in. Suddenly, she's just
Aspen
there.
said it would overwhelm the other flavors, but I add extra whenever I make one, and so far no one's complained.
Lena, are you serious?
Well, yeah. How else are we gonna find out which one's better? I'll make one for your friend too, and she can tell us which one she likes more.
She's off to create a representation of her inner self. That's actually exactly what she's doing. She's making a punk Furby.
Lena!
The other girl hurries back to the kitchen, clearly not caring about what Aspen was about to say. Aspen sighs and shakes her head.
Right, well, I have to open the registers and put on the coffee. I'll have your drink in a couple minutes.
Lena popping in like she's scared you'll flirt her woman away. Yeah.
Thanks.
I hop up on one of the tall stools and wait, swinging my legs back and forth. Before long, the cafe fills with the smell of warm coffee and baking bread. A puppy-coated bird. Yep. AMC's new crime drama starring... what's the dude's name? No.
You guys both had 2 hours.
AMC's new shocking crime drama starring Bryan Cranston, Baking Bread. You know, that show is really just a bunch of white men. It's not like a lot of crime or violence in it. It's just a bunch of white men plus Giancarlo Esposito all screaming at each other. I know he got exploded by a... Yeah, but the violence comes in, like, small amounts, and most of the time, everyone on the show is just screaming at each other. This is my private domicile! I will not be disturbed!
I'm the one who knocks.
It's enough to make my mouth water, even though it hasn't been long since I last ate. Aspen roams between the kitchen and the front area, always looking very busy. She checks and inspects what seems like, oh my god, that's Bryan Cranston during the pandemic. Baking bread. She checks and inspects what seems like everyday drawer and cabinet in the place while getting ready. Lena's busy too, mopping up and setting up chairs. At some point, she puts earphones in and her music is loud enough for me to hear it from across the building. After a while, Aspen returns to my table along with a steaming
Here you go.
paper cup.
One ambrosia latte.
I pop the lid so I can take a peek at the drink itself. It smells light and fruity, and a swirl of caramel syrup is melting into the coffee and whipped cream. Ooh, this sounds like a heart attack. A caffeinated heart attack. Drink it all!
Good.
We know MIHO's got a hell of a sweet tooth.
Hopefully it tastes good too.
I have a tiny little sip since it's too hot to drink very fast. The tartness of the apple actually goes pretty well with the coffee flavor.
It's a little sour, but it's not bad. Not as good as a fairy kiss chiller, though.
Well, I can't complain about that.
Chair squeaks against the floor as Aspen sits
So,
down across
have you
from
decided
me.
how you're going to spend your day?
Not yet. What about you?
There's still another 7.5 hours left on my shift, so I'll be here for quite a
Aw.
while. After work, I try to have a social life or get some writing done. Although lately I usually just collapse on the bed and take a nap.
Hey, me too! Without a bed, though.
Yes, well, I'm sure frolicking through the flowers and chasing rabbits gets tiring.
Why did that sound so passive-aggressive, Aspen?
Ooh. Are there rabbits around here?
Not for long, I imagine.
MIHO's gonna eat 'em all. Eat all the rabbits.
Speaking of which, have you thought about what I said yesterday? About getting a job? It seems you have more than enough time on your hands. You do know what a job is, right?
More or less. I mean, I've seen people at work before. But I've never had my own job before you ask.
She's been living her whole life more like a fox than a human.
Yes, I'm aware. Anyway, you'd have money to buy things you want, and you wouldn't have to steal to get it.
But stealing's fun.
What do I need money for, though? Juliet lets me sleep at her house, and she even gives me food.
Yeah,
The skin. It is being removed.
I'm living rent-free in the spare bedroom, and Juliet even feeds me. What do I need money for? It's not like I need to steal to buy food anymore.
I don't mean to sound rude or anything, but Juliet can't take care of you forever, you know?
I know.
Why not? She's a vampire. She's immortal. And I'm a MIHO. I'm also immortal. So Aspen, what is your deal? Are you like just a human? Right now, I'm still getting used to living here. I haven't given any thought as to what might happen later on.
I don't even know what kind of job I could get. Is there some place that would hire me to steal things?
Yes, there is, MIHO.
Not
Yes, there
legally,
is.
no. But maybe you can find a way to use those skills. Maybe you could be a security guard somewhere, or a locksmith.
Maybe.
I don't know what either of
What
those words
exactly
mean.
is your job anyway?
Well, as you know, I'm a barista. That means I make coffee and tea and hot chocolate and whatever else our customers ask for. Some people rely on our products just to get through their day, so I consider it to be a very important job. If we were to close or go out of business, there would be a great many people who would be distraught over it.
You have a lot of pride in working in what is basically glorified food service.
Wow! And you're gonna do this for the rest of your life?
Not for that long, I hope. It's not my passion by any means, but I don't mind it. It can be rather exhausting, though, especially on busy days.
I'm gonna be right back. I need a tissue. Sitting there this time. He was standing like just an inch in front of her, so I could see that.
Hello, motherfucker.
Okay, chat, I'm back. God. Oh my gosh, Lucy! Thank you so much. Welcome to the crime family. I can't say she's selling me on this whole job idea.
What is your passion?
It's this.
Like she was waiting for me to ask, Aspen dramatically pulls out a small notebook and puts it on the table. It's the one that I see her writing in all the time. A lot of pride. A lot of pride for a braggy bottom, Aspen. Listen, I think we all know that MIHO's the bratty one. I lean forward to look at it closely. It's not very big, about the size of my hand. And it's mostly purple in color. There's an intricate gold pattern all around the border. definitely looks fancy. I could probably get a lot of money for this at the right store.
This is my writing notebook. One of them, at least. My passion is writing, bringing stories and characters to life, making people feel what I feel. There's nothing quite like it. So challenging, yet rewarding.
You just count the money as you're too innocent to do anything bad.
It's both my favorite activity and also the most frustrating one.
Yeah, it is. It is very much.
This notebook is full of story ideas, lines that I come up with, or other interesting details.
This one, the bratty fox girl gets pegged by the hot barista. Don't read that one! Don't read that one! I thought you said you couldn't read, MIHO!
One of the best parts of working here at the Bell House is that I get to meet so many
No, MIHO
interesting and
is
inspiring
illiterate. She
people.
can't read. She never learned how.
For example, when you first came in, I wrote a brief note about you.
Oh, boy.
I never imagined that just a few days later we'd be having this conversation.
Trust me, I didn't either. What did you write about me?
For some reason, Aspen's face gets a little red. She wrote, I want to peg this fluffy-eared cutie. Okay, I'm gonna, need another tissue. Fuck. Oh, God. Now it looks even more horrifying. I could have gone my entire life without ever seeing a skinned Furby, babe. Okay, I'm gonna see why Aspen is getting all blushy with what when asked what she wrote about MIHO. I want to peg this adorable fox girl. What does that mean?
I don't remember, just that I wrote something. It's in another notebook, not this one.
That's exactly what she wrote. Oh my God.
My dream is that someday I'll be able to make a living from my writing.
Don't we all, Aspen?
In fact, when I moved to Wellington a couple years ago, that was supposed to be the first step. It's been taking longer than I'd like so far. Every morning when I wake up, I tell myself that I'm not going to sleep that night until I finish at least a chapter. But then by the time I'm done with work, all I want to do is pass out.
Nothing straight about that reaction. Indeed.
Of course, that just puts me further and further behind. I've really only myself to blame, I suppose, but life doesn't make it easy for me.
Sighing. Aspen puts her notebook away once more while I sip my drink. It is very cute and heartwarming and safe for work. It focuses on the fluff it doesn't really do horny. I mean, unless it's kind of implied or in the background maybe, like just now. But it's like, Aspen's like, I write little notes about every customer that comes into the coffee shop, and Miho's like, oh, what did you write about me? And I was joking that she's writing about getting pegged, about wanting to peg Miho. I can't remember. There was in a different notebook, not this one. Please stop asking me. So yeah, she wants to peg Miho. There was... Stop traumatizing me, babe. Stop. But yeah, as Lucy said, nothing... Stop!
Saying it like that, I can't fault you for not wanting to get a job. I'm only here because I need some way to pay the bills. That's just the life of a starving artist for you.
Did someone say job? Are you getting a job here? Is this an interview?
From out of nowhere, Lena appears with a cup in her
No,
hands.
Miho's just a friend. And were you eavesdropping on us?
It's not eavesdropping if you're in public. You should learn to talk quieter if you don't want people to hear you. Like me.
You don't talk quiet. You kiss girls, don't you, Aspen? You're a girl kisser, aren't you, Aspen? You want to touch Miho's boobs, don't you? You want to smack that cutie on her booty, don't you, Aspen?
Tell me you're joking.
About what?
Before Aspen can answer, Lena turns to face me instead.
Anyway, that's too bad. We could definitely use the help. Hey, why not apply here if you're looking for work? I bet Aspen would put in a good word for you, right? I could do it too. It'd kind of be lying, I guess, since I don't know you that well, but you seem like an alright person. I mean, if Aspen trusts you, you have to be okay, I think. I can go get you an application right now if you want. I printed out a whole stack of them yesterday. Actually, it's the second stack, because the first one jammed up the printer and...
Lena, I am begging you to please be normal.
What? Tell me why it's a bad idea. Do you not think... What's your name again?
MIHO.
Do you not think MIHO could do it?
No, it's not that. I'm sure she'd do great. It's just...
Wait, that sounds fun. Would I get to work with you?
Yeah, we'd work together. Oh, you meant Aspen, didn't you? Yeah, she'd be there too.
Wow! Try to sound a little less enthusiastic there, Lena. Holy shit! Slapping her hands on the desk, Aspen stands up from the table.
It's certainly an idea. Perhaps one we should discuss later. Lena, you and I should be getting to work, don't you think?
I can feel the anime anger vein throb and how that voice actress delivered that line. Bravo!
Okay, boss.
Please just go unlock the door.
Okay.
God, everyone here is like on the spectrum in some degree. Everyone in this game.
Feel free to hang out for a bit if you'd like, MIHO. Although it's going to get busy soon, so I won't...
Oh, wait, I almost forgot. If you need something to do, come play tennis with me this afternoon.
Tennis?
Yeah, you know, you hit the ball back and forth over the net.
I know what it is. Is that your hobby?
For now, I like trying new things.
I'll think about it. I should try something new myself too.
I wasn't asking. Anyway, you said it yourself. You're totally coming. So, I'll see you there.
Uh-oh, I've been recruited. I've been conscripted into tennis. I can't help but feel I've been roped into something here. But it's true that I should at least give it a shot. Maybe I'll turn out to like it more than I
Cool.
expect. Babe, I'm begging you. Stop talking. I don't... You're actively contributing to my night terrors about fucking Furby autopsies. Please just stop. I'm serious! I'm gonna take some Thor soap spray. Thor soap spray. Thor soap spray. Ah! Lena starts to leave again, but then suddenly jumps back to face me again.
Oh, right. There's one more thing.
How many more things does she have? Is she Columbo or something? Lena's like fucking in like the brown trench coat, like, well, I'll get out of your hair. Oh, but there is just one more thing. I can practically feel Aspen's exasperation as Lena runs back and slams the cup she was carrying on the table in front of me. Welcome to Please Be Happy. How gay are ya? It's a Studio Elan game. Everyone here is extremely, extremely
Try
gay.
this. Tell me which one you like more. The one I made or the one Aspen made?
Okay.
With an unnecessarily loud sigh, Aspen goes and unlocks the front door herself. I'm over halfway done with Aspen's drink. I take another gulp, paying attention to the mix of flavors. Then I do the same with Lena's. Lena watches eagerly, fists clenched in excitement.
So, what you think? Come on, be honest.
I can't taste a single
They're both good.
difference.
Sure, but which one's better?
Taking another sip of each, I try to detect anything that's different between them, but I can't. Fortunately, Aspen saves me. She looms behind Lena like a phantom. You've made a mistake, Lena. I studied under Larry B. Lumen, the famous looming scientist.
Lena, don't you think maybe you should go check the croissants?
Nah, I already looked at them earlier.
The looming. I was making a Snap Cube reference. A real-time fandom games reference. But I was just laughing at, don't you think you should go and check the croissants? Nah, I already looked at them earlier. That's some very, like, would you like me to show you the door? Did you just say, would you like me to show you your butt? I would like you to show me your butt. Just that line reminds me of shit like, would you like me to show you the door? Oh, that's very kind of you, but I saw it on the way
A
in.
couple of them are kind of schoolish, but I try to massage them back into shape. Don't worry, I want...
For once, Lena's the one cut off as Aspen jerks on her apron strings and she flaps her wings to maintain her balance. That might also explain why she's just so high energy and loud. Bird.
Why don't you go check on them again? Or maybe the muffins, if you haven't yet.
Fine, fine. We all know MIHO just didn't want to hurt your feelings anyway.
Aspen releases her, and Lena walks off to the back of the cafe like an embarrassed cat, pretending it was her idea all along. After she disappears into the kitchen, Aspen sighs.
I'm sorry
yet
about
again.
that.
It's fine. She seems nice.
That is certainly one way you could describe her. What I was trying to say earlier is that you can stay here if you want, but I won't be able to chat. Our first customers will be here any minute now.
That's okay. I'll probably go back to the library once I finish my drinks.
Even though I
All
can't
right,
read.
I'll see you later then. And don't feel obligated to finish both if you don't want to.
I'm gonna try. Bye!
I will not waste food or drink. Lena, stop blocking me! I will not be cucked by a hyperactive bird! That's getting clipped. I just know that's getting clipped. Oh my god. Like Lena, Aspen also retreats behind the counter and starts filling the display case with pastries. I wonder if any of them are the croissants Lena was talking about. Sure enough, it isn't long before the first customers start to show up. Aspen takes their orders with that fake nice voice she used when we first met. Already, I've gotten more used to hearing her regular speaking voice instead. Yo, if we're giving out acting awards, then everybody in customer service ever deserves a fucking Oscar. You've got to be like so smiley, so polite. For fucking real though, and the whole time you're thinking, God, I fucking hate you. Yeah, I worked in customer service. Yeah, Lexi's also worked in customer service. What about it? What's that smell? Why does it smell like gas? Yeah, please do that. Please, I might make some tea for myself later, too. Like, to soothe my poor sore throat. It's interesting to know that even normal humans still pretend to be like other people sometimes. I wonder why she feels like she has to do that. So far, she's one of the nicest humans I've ever met. After I finish up my first coffee, I toss the cup away, but hold on to the second. I'll drink it later or something. Aspen waves as I leave the bell house and start making my way back to the library. I've had my fill of wandering around for at least a few days. If I'm going to be bored, I may as well. The guppy used gas on her own, LRB. I did not give her permission. That's true. You're a big grown woman. Why are you looking at me like that? Don't. I'm serious, Lexi. Please, I've had enough of Furbies for right now. You know they upset me on a very spiritual level. And I do not use the word spiritual lightly because I basically believe in nothing. Jabber not, Aspen's definitely right about one thing. I really need to find something better to do with my time. Just went right into V's voice. Let's save our game. So we got... Oh. Disturby is right, LRB. Disturby is absolutely fucking right. She's over there going, I'm gonna have to remove his eyeballs, and I'm just like, I'm uncomfy.
Everything gets put back together.
Hataitai Park. Let's go hang out with the hyperactive bird. After a few hours of sitting around the library, I'm bored enough to take up Lena up on her offer to play tennis. The only problem is, I forgot to ask her where and when. Sometime in the afternoon, I go down to the Bell House, where tells me both Aspen and Lena have left for the day. They give me directions to a place called Hataitai Park, which is where they say Lena mentioned before heading out. I follow their instructions and reach a big open area full of people on bikes, walking, or just sitting in the grass. I wander around, looking for any sight. Didn't think Lexi was a horror buff? A little bit, yeah, she can be. She showed me Ghost Watch the other day, and the thing is, well, Lexi is a horror buff. I am absolutely not. So, and she spares me that. 'Cause she knows I can't really handle horror. So, it doesn't come up all that often. Maybe I should play horror games sometime, though. I still gotta finish up Signalis. Oh god, I just dropped my phone out of my hand and I caught it, but it landed on my sprained thumb. Ow. I'm okay. I'm okay, don't worry about me. Finally, I spot the courts and make my way over. Out of the dozen or so people who are playing, it isn't hard to find Lena when I get there.
Nice serve!
She runs back and forth, leaping and diving to hit the little green ball before it can touch the ground. She flaps her wings to keep from falling over when she does. Her partner, a tall boy with antlers on his head, looks exhausted when he swings his racket. It looks like his arm might fall off any second. When I get close enough, Lena notices me and stops mid-dive.
MIHO! You're late!
Now that she's distracted, her partner takes the opportunity to hurry away, collapsing into the grass to rest.
Sorry, I wasn't sure what time I should come by. Or where.
I feel like I've heard MIHO's voice actress before. Who is MIHO's voice actress? I know that voice. I swear I know that voice actress. Dato Vu. I don't know if I have heard her in anything before.
Oh, right. I guess I should have told you. In that case, good guess.
It wasn't a guess. Somebody at the coffee shop told me. I don't bother telling her that I got help from one of her co-workers. Lena picks up a racket from nearby and offers it
Ready
to
to
me.
play?
I guess so. I don't really know the rules, though.
It's fine. Me either. Just try to hit the ball, alright?
She doesn't know the rules either.
Okay, I can do that.
I take my spot on the other side of the net, trying to imitate the way other people are standing.
Alright, here goes.
Lena drops the ball and knocks it toward me. I watch it carefully, and when it gets close enough, I swing with all my might. Gah! The ball launches into the horizon like a comet, breaking the sound barrier as it exits the atmosphere. Ball goes soaring way over her head and falls into the grass out of sight somewhere. Or that happens.
Maybe a little less oomph next time. Let's try it again.
She serves the ball, and this time I just barely hit it over the net. Lena dives for it like before and sends it sailing back to me. The more we play, the easier it gets. Both of us miss the ball or knock it into the net a lot, but it's not too bad. Finally, Lena gets tired. Oh, thank goodness she can get tired. Oh, that's so reassuring. I take a break to drink some water.
How long have you played tennis?
My throat. Ah. I should make some tea for my throat or something.
Like today or in my life?
In your life?
She thinks about it a bit, scrunching up her nose.
About a week.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah, how about you?
It's her new hyperfixation.
About half an hour, I guess.
Lena's, not yours. I might want some soothing tea for my throat, some nice if you want, yeah. Hey, Hero. Oh, good kitty. Oh, good girl, Hero.
Oh, right. I forgot about that. See? We're both trying new things.
The whole time we're talking, Lena keeps glancing away from me to watch the other players. I try to figure out what's so interesting, but can't.
Okay, break's over. Let's play some more.
We get back on the court and play for a little bit longer until the end of the hour. As everyone else starts to pack up and leave, I follow Lena, who puts away our equipment.
So, what'd you think? Did you have fun?
It was alright. I wouldn't mind doing it again, but I don't know if I'd want to play all the time. I can see why some people enjoy it at least.
Being outside is nice. And it was a good way to burn off some energy.
That's good. They meet a few times a week if you want to come back.
Will you be here?
Not sure yet.
Even while cleaning up, she's still distracted by someone or something else. When the other players walk past us on their way out of the park, Lena turns her head to watch one of them. That's how birds are. They're like, ooh, oh, what's that? Oh, what's that over there? Ooh, what's that? Oh, what's that there? Super hyper and super just watching everything.
Ready, because we're planting trees here next time. Really exciting, right? If you want to help out, then come to me after.
I catch a snippet of conversation as the person Lena's watching, a dryad. Lena must hear too, because she instantly closes her eyes and puts her fingers against the sides of her head.
Planting trees. Planting trees.
Chirping some words to herself a few times, then her eyes snap back open.
Okay, got it.
Got what?
What I'm doing next time. I'll have to start studying up tonight so that I'm ready.
Okay, if you say so.
I'm still saying that a lot lately. I'm pretty lost, but maybe this is just how Lena is.
You should come too, if you're not doing anything. I'll tell Aspen to give you the details.
Sure, sounds good.
I will not be cocked. Absolutely not, Lena. I will not be cocked and have my adorable fox wife stolen from me by a hyperactive bird. Actually, for birds, my energy levels are pretty normal. I'm not sure if I want to commit, especially since Lena probably won't even remember me the next time we see each other. But playing tennis wasn't so bad, so I should at least keep my options open.
Good. All right, see you then, MIHO.
See ya.
Waving goodbye, Lena heads off down one of the paths. I take a different one that leads me out of the park and back to the library for the rest of the day. With a tiny ding, the toast pops up, and I load it onto the plate with the other slices. I bring the dish out.
Thank you, MIHO. Go ahead and put it by the butter.
Oops, sorry. Let me get my bag out of your way.
Once the table is set, the three of us sit. I've gotten more used to the routine breakfast and know when to do things like pass the salt and pepper without being asked. Every morning so far we have the same things, eggs and toast, but it's a lot tastier than convenience store food, and there are different spreads and fruits to change things up. Like usual, I'm the first one to finish eating. Just eat this. I'm making the noises of how MIHO eats. She just puts her face on her plate like a goblin. Like... Like usual, I'm the first one to finish eating, followed by Aspen, who stretches with a content sigh.
Breakfast was as superb as always. Thank you, Juliet.
It's my pleasure.
The two of them saying this is part of their routine, too. Usually, Aspen getting up right now to leave for work. Except this time, she doesn't.
Don't you need to go, Aspen?
Is this your way of trying to get rid of me?
No, Aspen's got sass. Saspin. She peers at me from over the rim of her cup as she sips her coffee. Saspin.
Nah, I haven't thought about that. I was just wondering.
I'm not sure if I should be flattered. Anyway, I'm working a mid-shift today, so I don't have to go in until noon.
Which means it's time for you, young lady, to learn to read.
Will you be writing then?
Yes, I ought to. I'm about halfway through this draft, and I'm trying to finish it by the end of this month, so every minute helps.
Oh my, halfway already? That's excellent progress. I look forward to reading it when you're finished.
Don't give me too much credit, I still have to get there first, and you know how that's gone before.
All you can do is keep trying.
What are you writing?
A book. I've been working on it for a couple of years now, as long as I've been in Wellington.
You may have clipped Aspen's tantrum. Oh, nice. Nice, LRB.
Whoa, you're only halfway done? How long is it gonna be?
Only halfway. I wish it was as easy as you think it is.
Writing, rewriting, rewriting, first draft, second draft, third draft.
It takes time to plan the story and prepare to write, and then, even after the drafting is done, you still have to edit it and fix it.
Yeah.
Of course, the more you write, the better you become at it. And so sometimes you notice flaws in your story that you didn't catch before, so you have to go back or start over.
How do you
Yep.
ever get anything done then if you're always getting better? Don't you just have to finish it eventually?
Well, like I said, it's not that simple.
Oh, Aspen is one of the writers that never finishes her projects. Poor girl.
Anyway, it's difficult to explain to someone who's never written anything. Believe me, any writer would tell you the same thing.
Finishing the writing is always the hardest part. I glance over at Juliet, who's intently watching her tea.
And
as
you?
she stirs
Did
it.
you end up finding something to fill your time?
Oh, like a hobby. Maybe. I don't know yet.
Well, don't worry about it too much. It's supposed to be fun, not something you have to force yourself to do.
Hey, maybe MIHO is gonna ask Aspen, be the one to ask Aspen to teach her
Although
to
I'm
read.
hardly one to talk, there are times where I want to do anything except write.
Also true.
It's okay. At least you have something. Julia told me about movies, so I might try watching one of those. Have you ever seen a movie?
Once or twice, I'm sure.
Actually, Miho, there was something I wanted to ask you.
What's that?
Well, how would you feel about helping out around the library as a part-time job? I'll pay you for your time, of course. It would give you something to do during the day, and it would be a great help to me.
Really? But I thought you didn't need any help running the library.
It's true that I don't need it. The honor system has served me well for the day-to-day services, and I'm kept informed of any troublemakers.
Hey, Skimble.
But in addition to the kind assistance from Aspen in the mornings, I also have to reshelf books, maintain the check-in and check-out logs, and more. I don't mind those tasks at all. In fact, I find them rather relaxing. But without them, I'd be able to devote more time to other pursuits. If you're uninterested, you're more than welcome to decline. You needn't worry about being kicked out or disappointing me. I'm perfectly content either way.
I volunteered at a library before. Helping out around here doesn't sound bad at all. It doesn't sound very exciting either, but it's not like I found anything else I'd rather do instead. At least it's comfy in the library and super convenient. Having some money again would be nice too. It would be even better that there's no one trying to
All
take
right.
it back.
I'll do it.
Not Juliet flirting with MIHO like Aspen's not right there. Ha! Hey! Both of them are romanceable, apparently. Juliet looks a little
That
taken
was
aback.
fast. Are you quite sure?
Yeah, I'll try it at least.
Of course. If you find it's not for you, then I won't be upset. Why don't you take the rest of the week for yourself? And you can begin on Monday.
Okay, that sounds good to me.
Excellent. I'll be looking forward to it then.
The two of them chat a little bit longer before Aspen leaves to go write, and Juliet goes to bed. I stay mostly quiet, thinking to myself, a job. That's something I've never envisioned having. I figured I'd just keep stealing until what exactly? I'm not too sure. Until I find my person, I guess. That goal has been all I've focused on for my entire life. But now, spending time here in Wellington is actually making me plan things out in advance. When I stop and think about the future, it's a lot of emptiness and mystery. It makes me realize how little I have to fall back on. That's why doing all these normal things, like getting a job, could be good for me. I don't know what might be useful someday. As for my person, I'm still thinking about them and how I can find them. That part hasn't changed. For now, I'll just go with the flow. See where it takes me. Okay. Access to the hole. Of course. Thank you for that, Lexi.
I'm the beloved quirky sidekick of your live streams.
That's true. Ow, you kind of accidentally pulled on my hair a little bit there. Mm. Mm.
Charlie. Hey. Skimble, Skimble, my little baby.
Excuse me, ma'am?
My little baby, a kiss.
Hi, Skimble. Kiss your
Kiss him on
nose.
the nose.
I kissed him. That's what was right in front of my face. His eyes are so big. Is he gonna...
Why is your hand right there? I felt like he was gonna claw me.
He put his paw on your face.
Okay, you can go.
Free me, human!
He was really like, at the Cuba Cabana, that modest spot north of Havana. I'm assuming the Cuba Street is north of Havana.
It's not north of Havana. It's in New Zealand, which is way, way, way south of Havana.
Depends on which way you're walking. Like, if you change your orientation, then yeah, it's north of Havana.
Shut up, Lexi.
Hey! You're just mad because I know I'm right.
Feeling like I could use a break. I head down to Cuba Street. While I walk, I count up the bills in my wallet. Not having to worry about money so much is nice. I can buy so many snacks and no one can yell at me now.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's wonderful. What kind of tea do you want?
Something like soothing for the throat, like, what's good throat soothing tea? Like chamomile black,
Hey!
yeah, chamomile's good for sore throats. When I get there, I zero in on the convenience store I stole sandwiches from on my first day here. I browse through, grabbing anything that looks good, and carrying it up to the front where I dump everything onto the
All
counter.
of these, please.
Are you having a party or something?
Nope. It's all for me.
But the impressed-looking employee fills up a plastic bag with my bounty. Chips and candy and sandwiches.
Now, to find somewhere to enjoy these.
Speaking of which, I'm hungry. I don't want to walk all the way back to the library, but all the benches around here are full. I carry my bag up the street, and then down another, and another. I'll be right back. Gotta feed myself. The water in the pot is green.
Yes, because I'm gonna dip the Furby skin into it.
Oh God. I'm going to irradiate the Furby skin. Okay. Radioactive / punk related. I got it. Damn, gotta go find a seat even IRL? What a well-made game. So chat, What would be a good name for a radioactive punk Furby? Eventually, I reach a place I've never seen before. A large brick entrance looms over me with a wide open gate. Hmm.
Trying to lift you, Sucker.
Hmm.
A bitch. I'm trying to be a bitch.
Is Skimble skimbling? I'm just gonna have my noodles from yesterday. Uh, People are going in and out freely, so it must be okay. It's not breaking and entering if everyone's doing it, right?
It is.
I love how she's still thinking like a little petty thief criminal. As soon as I step in, I'm surrounded by plants. There's green in every direction. Oh, this must be the botanical garden. I don't have to walk for very long before I find exactly what I'm looking for. A nice, quiet bench in the shade of a couple trees. Oh, it's our little friends, the little fabled. As I'm walking over, something suddenly flies past my face. At first, I think it's a bird or a piece of cloth that caught in the wind, but after a second, I realize it's a fabled. One that seems kind of familiar. Furb cancer? It drifts away without stopping and floats in the opposite direction from me. I go and sit down, unwrapping the snack bar that I bought and taking a big bite. That's the noise MIHO makes when she eats. Mm. Greedy boy. While I'm munching, a bug starts to buzz around my head. I wave it away a few times, but it keeps coming back. Back
What
off,
is
bug.
it with things getting in my face today?
Finally, no matter how many times I swat at it, the bug doesn't give up. Finally, I go to knock it away and totally by accident end up catching it in my hand instead. She's gonna eat it. I can feel it buzzing against my palm as it flies around, trying to find a way out. It's not exactly pleasant. I'm not sure what to do with it. If I just toss it in the bushes, it'll come right back.
Can I have that?
A voice from behind startles me into letting the bug go. I spin around to come face to face with the fable that flew by a couple minutes ago. Just beneath him is a kid. It's Tommy. All right. Give me just a sec, chat. Sit right there, please. Need to use the trash can. What was gonna stare Clara in the face? I gotta get back to my stream. Tommy's asking me to give him a bug.
Have the bug?
Yeah, it's for my collection.
You murder small animals and collect them for fun?
What?
That's fucked up.
What?
Tommy collects bugs. It kind of is.
No, if someone born together for one thing, how is this any different from the blood of cats?
The boy holds... The boy holds up a book with some pictures of other bugs
I've got
on it.
almost all the bugs on this page. That's the only one left.
Suddenly, I remember where I've seen both him and the Fabled before. On the pier, hiding from his mom a couple weeks ago. I think his name was Tommy? Did I leave my water bottle over there, babe? Yeah, I did. Looks like I did. Oh, my throat. Okay, let's get through this. I am getting up and walking around too much during this scene. I gotta sit my ass down and focus on the scrim. That's not... whatever. What are they doing now? It took me a bit to recognize him since he wasn't
Mom won't let me
pouting.
keep bugs because she says they're dirty, but Dad doesn't mind. So can I have it? Please?
He pulls out a little jar from one of his pockets and opens the lid. Oh, you don't kill them, you imprison them.
Well, it solves my problem, I guess.
I dump the bug into the jar and Tommy quickly shuts it. Little bit queasy. A little bit of honey and sugar. Yeah. Honey.
Thanks. Kirby and I were tracking this one all day.
Gerby is the little friend you have there, if I remember. The little Fabled. The Fabled bobs up and down in agreement. At least I think it's agreement. All three of us turn at the sound of footsteps as someone else approaches us. My private spot is filled up
Hi,
pretty
bud.
fast.
Catch anything good yet?
Dad! Dad! Look what this lady caught!
Tommy runs up and shoves the jar into the man's face. He takes it and inspects the bug inside.
Oh, looks like a big one. Did you say thank you?
Yeah, Gerby did too.
Oh, is that what it meant when you bobbed up and down?
Both Tommy and his dad stare at me like I've just said something crazy. I take an instinctive step
You
backwards.
mean
Oh, you don't remember me?
You can see Gerby? You mean he's real?
Oh, right, that's right. I remember this from Tommy. I remember this from last time. No one except Tommy can see Gerby. I remember this from Tommy. No one except last time can see Gerby. Tommy and me, apparently.
Yeah, he's floating right there. He has a purple flower on his head and on his sides.
I point to Gerby. Although the little fable doesn't have a mouth, its eyes crinkle up in a way that makes me think he'd be smiling.
Wow, she can really see him! See, I told you he was real, told you!
They're not gonna remember this a day from now. Tommy's dad whistles in wonder.
You sure did, kiddo.
He
Not
turns to
sure how
me.
you did it, but you're the first person I've met who's been able to see Gerby. I've heard lots about him, of course.
This guy sounds like an actual New Zealander.
My name's Elijah, by the way, and I'm a reporter for one of the local papers. Mind if I ask you a couple questions?
I just wanted to eat a snack in peace. Now I'm being asked to do an interview. My discomfort must show because Elijah just waves a hand, just like when I was trying to wave the bug away.
It's fine, it's fine. Forget I asked. Didn't mean to put you on the spot.
Tommy doesn't. It's been more than 2 days since, MIHO last saw him. If MIHO doesn't see someone for, like, a day or more, they forget about her completely.
I'm just not very good at talking to people.
Yeah. She has been using it as a thief, but also she's been like really lonely.
No worries. Thanks for helping Tommy catch that bug, though. Beats me having to do it.
Sure. It was kind of an accident, though.
Hey, an accident doesn't have to be a bad thing. Me and Tommy should probably be heading out, though, or his mum's gonna be upset with me. Oh, and Gerby.
Okay. Goodbye.
Take care. Say bye, Tommy.
Elijah takes Tommy's hand and leads him back out the gate, holding Tommy's book in his other hand. Tommy carries the bug in a jar, peeking in to check on it every few steps. Only Gerby stays behind, orbiting around my head a couple times before bouncing up and down. Then, he floats off in the same direction as the other two. When I'm finally alone, I sigh with relief. At long last, I enjoy the snacks that I bought earlier. And when a bug shows up and starts flying around me, I just leave it alone. Don't need a repeat of that whole ordeal. I'm not taking any more chances. How cute. Once we finish eating breakfast, Juliet drums her fingers on the table, looking thoughtful.
MIHO, it occurred to me that perhaps I should give you the proper tour of the library now.
Okay, have a nice nap, Tessa.
That way, you have the weekend to get better acquainted with it if you need.
Tour? I think I've seen everything, right?
Pardon. I meant of the books themselves. Where to find each genre and what they are.
Did Aspen not tell
right.
you?
Sure.
I hadn't really thought about the books. To me, they're all the same. But I guess that wouldn't be true for everyone else. Right now, I have the place memorized in the same way you'd memorize a battlefield. What places are out of sight, how to get in and out, and anything else that might be useful. It is so nice and relaxing when you can finally stop looking at every place you walk into that way. I don't think there are many battles that happen in here, so Juliet's tour would probably
If you'd
be more
like,
helpful.
I can show you a couple of my favorite books.
You know I can't
That way,
read.
if anyone asks for a recommendation, you could at least make something up.
That'd be great.
Anything that makes it easier for me to make things up is fine by me. The three of us head to the entrance.
Let's start with the basics, shall we? As you know, this is the reference desk. It's where books are checked in and out, and where anyone who needs help can find it.
What kind of help do people ask for?
Usually, they need assistance finding a specific book. Or perhaps they need a recommendation for what to read next, as Aspen mentioned.
Hope they like the same books as her then.
Don't worry, I'll think of some that are more popular. Not my real favorites, which most people would be too bored to finish.
Saspin returns. He looks like Godzilla. He looks like Godzilla. He's green and spiky with ridges along his back. Yes, but the mohawk goes all the way down the Furby's back, like ridges. He looks like Godzilla. You're just secretly making that. You're just you accidentally made Furby Godzilla. Did you just lick Juliet's face? I'm pretty sure Juliet's the top. She's the vampire. I stared.
What should do is should find people that want to be a vampire, and vampires like, oh, I'm gonna make you into a vampire. Ooh, I'm gonna make you into a vampire. No. Ooh, I'm gonna make you into a vampire.
I stared.
So close to your neck.
I stare down the books as I pass by, committing as many details to memory as I can. Even if I can't read the words, I can try to remember the colors and shapes of the covers.
Over here is the children's section. It's got lots of picture books and beginner reader books. The shelves are shorter too, so that children can reach them more easily.
This was where I saw you reading the first day we met. That I saw you here, MIHO.
Oh, I've seen some of those around. Are adults allowed to read them too?
Of course. Parents read to their kids quite often.
Some people read them for fun, too. You gain so much more appreciation for the illustrations once you're older.
Poor illiterate MIHO. Fuck. We head
This
over
is
to
the
another
non-fiction
area.
section. It's for books about things that are true, rather than made-up stories.
Jarb. Not all of them are true. Then why are they in the section of things that are true?
I rarely visit this section, personally.
In the shady corner near Aspen's favorite table, Juliet taps a small sign hanging on one
This
of the
is
shelves.
the mystery section. Stories about detectives, murders, and other such subjects live here.
I do admire mystery writers. It's difficult to come up with a compelling one.
We go around the whole library like this, with Juliet and Aspen pointing out all the other sections. Finally, we come to a stop back at the desk where we started.
I do believe that's everything. Do you feel like you have a good understanding now?
Juliet showing her around the library like, and this is the romance section. And MIHO just starts freaking out like, what? Do you mean this is where you... No, it's where you read books and stories about romance. Unless, of course... What if we kissed in the romance section of the library and we were both girls? Ha ha, just kidding. Unless...
It's hard to keep them all straight. Fantasy, history, cookbooks, biographies. I think I've got most of it, though.
I think this job would be easier if I could read. By the end, my head feels like it's spinning, and I know that I won't be able to remember everything as hard as I try. But I do feel like I've gotten a better feeling for the place. At the very least, I could show someone where to find the restrooms.
It is a lot to take in. Don't worry if you can't memorize it all right away. There's plenty of time to learn.
Even I forget where things are sometimes, and I've spent more time here than at my own apartment.
Thanks! Might take me a while, but I'll get it eventually.
I know you will. I have the utmost confidence in you.
Juliet's so nice to me. If I'm going to do this, I may as well try my best. Maybe something good will come from it, and if not, I can always just leave.
Want me to show you the books I was thinking of now?
Sure.
I'll be off to bed myself then. Have a lovely day, you two.
Sleep well.
Night!
Juliet heads upstairs while Aspen and I go back to the shelves.
To start with,
She leads the way to the fiction section, which is the easiest to remember since it's the biggest. Be right back again, chat. You know, Lexi, you're right about one thing. At this point, you basically are the lovable, bratty, annoying co-host on my channel. Fuck. Aspen runs a finger across the books as we move down an aisle. I see her scanning the titles before she stops and taps the spine of one.
Here we are, Wuthering Heights.
Oh my god.
I just returned this one recently after finishing my annual reread.
Oh my god. Nerd.
It's a very tragic love story. The main character is rather terrible, I must confess, and there's an awful lot of death.
Yeah. Heathcliff! I'm not personally a fan of Wuthering Heights.
But despite all that, it's beautiful.
That description definitely isn't what I was expecting.
People really like to read that stuff?
Sometimes, yes. You read to experience all kinds of different feelings.
I wouldn't know. I can't read.
Besides, I think there's a kind of sad beauty to doomed romances like that. It really does put life in perspective.
Listen, as a lesbian who has had to deal with the bury your gays trope over and over, seeing lesbians die in absolutely everything, I'm usually not a fan of doomed romances.
If you say so.
You don't have to take my word for it. I'm sure you'll see for yourself once you start working here. In the meantime...
In the meantime... Were you about to say something, Aspen, dear?
enjoy poetry.
You mean like races and stuff? Guess they're okay.
That's pottery, MIHO. Oh.
That's pottery. Poetry is prose. Words in their best order. Poetry, the best words in the best order.
The multitudinous seas in Carnadine.
Samuel Coleridge said that. He was a poet, but he's not the one I have in mind. I'll show you what he meant.
The book she selects looks old. Very old. It has a green cover that's rough like a lizard's skin, with the letters being of faded gold.
Alfred Lord Tennyson is one of the most famous poets to have existed. I simply adore his work.
Tennyson. Tears, idle tears, I know not what they mean. Tears from the depths of some divine despair rise in the heart and gather to the eyes. I don't remember the rest of the poem. Yes, dear, I have, of course, read my Tennyson.
Yes, Doctor. I have lost one of my
What the fuck?
What?
Lexi just came in with, yes, dear doctor, I have lost one of my testicles.
Here, this is from The Lady of Shalott.
Oh, that's not the one I was reading. I was trying to recite tears, idle tears from memory. Lexi, get back here, you little brat. Get back here, you little brat! Mm-hmm. 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 Get back here! No! No, this is exactly why I needed to get back first! I knew what you were about to do! I fucking knew! There's a reason why I had to run back to my chair. I knew what you were about to pull, Lexi Chomps. This has been a fun stream to fold laundry to. I'm glad you think so. Lucy. She clears her throat, even though it's only been a few seconds since the last
Willows
time.
whiten, aspens shiver. The sunbeam showers break and quiver. In the stream that runneth ever, by the island in the river, flowing down to Camelot.
I barely heard past the first line.
Aspens, like your name. Does it come from this poem?
If only. Aspens are a type of tree. Mum loves them. More than she likes poetry, for sure.
Shame.
I do wish I'd been named after it, though.
She reads me the rest of it, which ends up being pretty long. Yeah, that's a Tennyson poem for you. It's kind of hard to follow, but imagining the fields and towers that she talks about is nice. In fact, I'm pretty sure I've been to Camelot before. Some of the details in the poem aren't quite right. Anyway, even if I don't really understand the poem, it's nice to listen to Aspen reading it. Plus, there's no way I'll forget what that book looks like.
Alright, last one. I thought 3 would be enough to start, but you can always ask me for more recommendations if you need. I could suggest books until lunch, if I didn't stop myself.
I might someday. Even though I lived in the library for a few days now, I never really knew how many different books there were out there before.
Is MIHO about to ask Aspen to teach her to read? I feel like that's gotta happen at some point. MIHO has gotta learn to read at some point in the story. Like 100%. Aspen showing off. Cute.
Oh, believe me, this library isn't even a fraction of what exists. It's not that big for a library, in fact. Just huge for a personal collection, which is really what it is.
I see. So it's basically Juliet's book collection that she lends to the public. What are you doing? What are you doing? No! I do think you're cute. I do think you're cute, baby. Lexi, I think you're adorable. You're smirking at me. No! God, I gotta get that boop redeem set up. Lexi. Yes! I gotta get that boop redeem set up, chat, so y'all can boop my nose and make me go, no!
How many books have you read?
I couldn't even guess. Definitely hundreds. Maybe thousands? I've never tried counting, but perhaps I should now that you mention it.
That's okay, Aspen. I've never tried counting
It would be nice
either.
to look back on someday. Okay, here we are.
The book she takes me to is laid out flat on an end table where more people can see it, rather than on
Everyone
the shelf.
knows the story of Peter Pan, the boy who never grows up and can fly.
Everyone except me.
Now you do too. Peter has a darling fairy friend named Tinkerbell, and he fights the dastardly pirate Captain Hook. Peter leads a group of boys called the Lost Boys, and they cause all sorts of trouble for Neverland, where they all live.
What do you mean he never grows up?
In Neverland, you never get older. So he stays a young boy for his whole life. Even when the girl he loves, Wendy, grows up and gets married, and someday dies.
You sure do like sad stories, huh?
I suppose I do. It's as Peter Pan himself says. To die would be an awfully big adventure. Still, it's not like I only like sad things. Romance is my favorite genre, and not just the tragic kind.
Sapphic. I sit down on one of the chairs since it seems like Aspen wants to have a conversation. May as well get comfy. Aspen sits down too, fidgeting with the strap of her purse. It's so adorable how excited she
Why is this
is.
your favorite?
Why? Well,
Her hand stops moving while she thinks.
in a book, things can be much more perfect than in real life. A moonlit balcony all alone, or a sunset kiss on the seashore. Real life is considerably messier.
You're sounding like a lonely lesbian, to me, Aspen.
I've never been in love before, although I think it sounds quite nice. As I said earlier, people read to feel things.
She's lonely.
So until that time, living vicariously through other stories is enough.
Yo, I need to talk about how much fucking lesbian fiction and yuri manga helped me out and helped me realize things about myself. Oh, Aspen likes romance? I am shocked. Shocked. Well, not that
What
shocked.
about you?
What about me?
Do you ever hope to fall in love? I assume you haven't been in love before, but maybe I'm wrong.
Nah, I haven't. I like being on my own.
Oh. Oh, no. Watch, Aspen's heart is gonna break as she hears that.
Maybe that would change if you met the right person?
She's so hopeful. She's so hopeful. Go for it, Aspen. Go for it. Pin that bratty little fox against the bookshelves and make her whine.
I don't know. Maybe. I haven't thought about it much. Since everyone forgets me, there's never been a reason for me to care.
I suppose that's reasonable. Still, that must be... Well, it doesn't matter.
Lonely? Yeah,
Do you
it
ever
is.
watch movies? Or TV? Just about everything has a love story in it nowadays, not just books.
Nah, not in a long time.
How long?
She sure asks a lot of questions, and they jump around topics so much too. I don't really mind, but I have to try hard to even remember the answers. One time I saw a movie where, where like a guy that makes sex toy companies, a guy who owns a company that makes sex toys, demonstrated a life-sized horsecock dildo and shoved every inch of it up himself. It was insane. MIHO? I think that was an online advertisement for Bad Dragon. I know the video you're talking about. Yeah, seriously, that happened for real. Like, Bad Dragon released this life-size horsecock dildo, and everyone was saying, oh, there's no way. It's just too big to use. So the CEO of Bad Dragon put a video of himself on the internet where he took every usable inch of that life-sized horsecock dildo up himself. Lucy, I don't think you're gonna get that one on ad block. It was pretty uncensored. But, like, holy shit, the power in that man's asshole is fascinating yet frightening. yeah, advertisers, like public pop-up ad advertisers really, really, really hate, anything that isn't a very specific kind of sexuality. Anything that's not a very specific kind of scantily clad anime woman being like, "Come play, my lord." Or, you know, the butt shooter Nikke. It's like the third-person shooter where the anime girls are shooting guns where their ass jiggles on the screen. Literally, there's sexuality like that, but it's all very narrow, very specific, straight sexuality. There was a gacha game I used to play back when I still had money. They need to loosen up like the Bad Dragon CEO. There was a gacha game I was playing a bit back when I still had money called Path to Nowhere, and it was the worst advertising I had ever seen. It's like a gacha game where the character is like a prison warden, and you're using anime prisoners to fight monsters and protect the city. And the game was all creepy, and the game wasn't creepy. The advertisements were trying to appeal to a certain very... Oh yeah, I used to have money a long time ago. Not many, many years ago. I don't now. But anyway, the Path to Nowhere advertisements were trying to appeal to a very certain kind of straight man, a very certain, very toxic kind of straight man. And it was like, imprison and enslave cute anime girls in your maximum security prison. But here's the thing. Path to Nowhere was absolutely catered to horny players. Just not that kind of horny player. If you actually played the game, it's all like fucking 6 foot tall, biker jacket wearing muscle mommies. And yeah, I'm not even kidding. I started playing Path to Nowhere because of all the fucking... Like, look up Zoya Path to Nowhere right now, and you will see immediate... Z-O-Y-A Path to Nowhere, and you'll see immediately what I mean. And they're not the ones in the story who are getting locked up. Your character is. As the chief of the MBCC, you are constantly being kidnapped for people who want to use and abuse your power, and the muscle mommies have to come and rescue you. You're fucking powerless without the muscle mommy prisoners. And it's like, it even gets to a point where your character, the chief, gets kidnapped so many times that sometimes when she's trying to, like, trick bad guys, she'll even pretend to be kidnapped by them in order to outsmart them. It's like, you're powerless around muscle mommies regardless. Like, there's a bit where they need to sneak through a security checkpoint, in order so they can, like, stop a disaster, a supernatural disaster from unfolding. We're never gonna get through the security checkpoint. There's too much security, too many guards, too much surveillance. There's no way we can sneak through. We'd have to beat them up without getting noticed. And the chief says, or, hear me out. I've got an idea. Just hear me out. And then the muscle mommies come in carrying your character like, we've kidnapped the chief! Let us through or we'll fucking kill her! Ah! They've got the chief! They've got the chief of the MBCC! Let him through! And of course they do come after you to try and quote-unquote rescue you, of course. But I mean, yeah, you just spend the whole game being kidnapped and like handcuffed and like, look at the fucking CGs for Path to Nowhere. And you'll see that, actually I think there was one ad for Path to Nowhere which kind of like rather than like imprison cute anime girls, actually advertised what the game was about. And it was like, come play with Ruleka. Ruleka is like this, basically a Kakeguri character in Path to Nowhere, like a total gambling addict. And she makes you play Russian roulette with her in this ad. And then it's like, you lose, you died. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking about Path to Nowhere and get back to the game. But I'm actually serious. Like, hold on. Let me see. All the places I've spent today have mostly blurred together in my head. Hold on. I am just gonna... Hold on, give me a sec. Oh, you brat. I'm gonna get you for that. I'm just kind of in the middle of something right now. Give me a second. That's going to be too small. Ah, here we go. Oh, come on. Where am I? was... Oh my god, I can't find what I'm looking for here. Ah. Why are these always so hard to find? I just want to find it. Where's the... This one will do, I guess. Fuck it. Oh wait, hold on. I am taking way too long with this. I'm sorry, guys. Fuck. Hold on, let me, just very briefly... not what I wanted. There, hang on, delete that. This is taking me way too goddamn long. Is that even gonna work? I don't think that's gonna work. Fuck. Okay. I'll do my best. Here you go, guys. Will this work? Yo, it fucking worked. Okay. Okay. So, look at this, chat. Look at this fucking CG from the game Path to Nowhere. Like, yes, it is obviously incredibly horny, but you can tell, just by looking at it, it is not the kind of horny that is made for creepy, crotch goblin, basement-dwelling straight guys who like to creep over underage anime girls. No, this is the kind of horny that is fucking mathematically calculated to appeal to lesbian bottoms. Like, 100%. This is a game made for lesbians. Anyway, let's get that out of here. And let's get back to Please Be Happy. I'm gonna close all the tabs I don't need. It took me way too... I went off on a wild tangent there for way too long, chat. That's sapphic horny. Yeah, it really is. It is 100% sapphic horny. And the whole fucking game is full of CGs like that. All the places I've seen and days I've spent had mostly blurred together in my head.
A few years? There was a really big crowd around a window, so I wanted to see what they were all looking at.
I'ma finish my tea.
And? What was it?
I don't know what it was. I didn't speak the language there yet, and I didn't memorize the sounds. But on TV, there were these people in white suits bouncing around, and the people watching seemed really excited by it.
Moon landing. Aspen gasps.
Did the people on TV, do you remember by chance if the place they were hopping around looked like a desert, all rocky and empty?
Yeah, it looked exactly like that. It was all gray and lifeless.
Now that you mention it, yeah. How did you know?
Damn, MIHO, you're old. MIHO is boomer confirmed. She watched the moon landing live on TV. She dashes a hand to her forehead in disbelief.
That was the moon landing.
No, I'm pretty sure I'd remember if the moon landed.
Oh, MIHO, you adorable idiot! That was I'm pretty sure I'd remember if the moon
Not
landed.
like that, silly. It was when humans went to the moon for the first time.
Oh, that's so good. MIHO is such a silly.
Wait, they did?
Yes, and you saw it happen, apparently.
Guess MIHO was a gilf all along. Hey, I mean... Gumihos basically don't
You
age.
must have had help from the Fableds' magic, right?
No, not this time. It was pure human ingenuity.
Wow.
You look surprised.
I am. I didn't know humans could do something like that.
Well, not just any human. It took a lot of work from a lot of people. It still does to this day. I can't believe you got to watch it live, though. What was it like?
I didn't really understand what was going on, so I didn't think much of it.
Had a really good lunch that day. Everyone was so distracted that I was able to sneak into a restaurant that usually would have caught me.
She shakes her
That's all
head.
you can remember.
It was some kind of pasta dish with a white sauce and lots of cheese.
I meant about... Oh, never mind. Anyway, I was just going to suggest asking Juliet about putting a TV in your room. Surely there's one in this place somewhere. It would give you something to do, at least. And you don't have to be able to read to enjoy the story of a good show or movie.
Yeah, I might. I definitely need something to do other than walk around town all day.
Let me know if you do. I'll bring over some movies for you to borrow.
White sauce pastas
I
are
can't
great.
recommend books to you. At least I can do that.
Feeling queasy again.
Will do. I don't know where else I'd start anyway.
After checking her phone, Aspen stands
I'll be
back
more than
up.
happy whenever you ask. For now, not to be rude, but I'm going to go write for a little while. I'm working on the last
Okay.
couple chapters of this book before I'm finished, and I want to be done with it as fast as I can.
Oh, sure. Good luck.
To tell the truth, I'm always a bit relieved whenever someone else ends the conversation for me. I never know how to do it myself. So it looks like a mohawk from the front, but if you turn him around and you see that it goes all the way down the back, it looks like Godzilla. Even more so down the side, it looks like What? Gojira!
Striking resemblance to Godzilla. Be canonically radioactive, and then you're gonna color his face white. And like fluorescent so that
Oh my... Gojira! It's a great name!
You agree? You even said it was cute earlier. You even said he was cute.
I wave goodbye as Aspen goes off to her table by the window, pen in hand. Within moments, she's hunched over her notebook, writing. I'm not sure if I'm getting nauseous from illness or because of all the Furbies. Or should I say, disturbies? Oh, hey. Yeah, let's overwrite it. Let's go hang out with, Lena. Since I don't have anything better to do, I decided to head back to the park to see Lena. Aspen told me where and when I could find her, although we both know that Lena won't have any idea who I am. Making sure I see Aspen and Juliet every day is hard enough as it is. Although I like Lena, I don't think I could put in the effort to have her remember me too. Maybe if she started coming by the library in the mornings like Aspen does, although I'm pretty sure that's the last thing Aspen would ever want to happen. I go back to the park where we play tennis and wander around searching for Lena. It takes a bit longer, since I'm not looking for something as obvious as a tennis court, but I finally find her in a group of people near some trees. All of them, including her, have shovels in their hands and are working on digging holes. Finally, something I'm good at. Although compared to tennis, it looks more like a punishment than a hobby. I walk over to Lena, who's barely made a dent in the ground. She waves when she sees me, but not in a familiar way.
Here to volunteer?
Maybe? Volunteer for what?
To save the planet, duh! What does it look like we're doing?
Digging in the dirt?
Exactly! We're planting new trees to, help beautify the city of Wellington by promoting natural resources. I think.
She says the second part like she's reading off of a
If you
label
wanna
or
help
sign.
out, go talk to Cyrus. He'll get you all set up.
Lena points over at someone I sort of recognize. The Dryad was what Lena was watching when we played tennis. Since I'm here, I may as well give it a shot, so I follow her instructions and walk over.
Hi there. I'm here to help out.
Welcome aboard. I'm Cyrus. Here's a sapling and a shovel.
Wow, you are just full of pep and energy, are you, Cyrus? Cyrus holds out a shovel in one hand and a small bucket with a tree in the other. I take them, doing my best not to drop the sapling.
Okay. I'm MIHO. What do we do now?
First you dig, then you plant. Then you do that over and over until you get bored and go home.
That sounds easy enough.
Everyone says that at first. Good luck.
You He starts to walk away, then
Hey,
pauses.
quick question. Are you friends with that girl over there? The one with the wings?
Lena? Sort of.
Can you let me know if she... Actually, never mind. Forget it. Let me know if you need any help.
Oh, you've got a crush, don't you, Cyrus? This time he really does leave, walking around to check the progress everyone is making. Now that I'm all set up, I take the things he gave me and go back to where Lena is. Holy shit, I'm queasy. Holy shit, holy shit, holy shit. I'm so fucking queasy, and the tea didn't help my throat at all. I just want some relief. I just want some relief, Chad.
Good to go? Since you're new too, let's have a race. We can see who plants more trees by the end.
Good luck, bird brain. Before I can respond or even think about it, Lena starts furiously hacking at the ground. Dirt flies like when I was building my den. I watch her for a second and then start on my own. I don't really want to compete with Lena, so I go at my own pace. It's a little awkward. I could do this in seconds as a fox, but using a shovel feels strange and inefficient. Muscles I didn't even know I have start to feel sore. Only a few minutes later, Lena sprawls on the ground in exhaustion. She's only halfway done at best.
I didn't think it'd be so hard to dig a hole.
While she's laying there, Cyrus comes around on one of his inspections. He stops and examines
Nice
both of our
job, MIHO.
handiwork.
You're a natural. Lena? Good effort.
Lena leaps to her feet, using her wings to propel herself into a standing position.
I wasn't taking a break. I was, testing the ground to see if it might be softer over here. Look, this one will be even better.
Before our eyes, Lena starts to attack the ground again, even faster than when she started racing me. Dirt sails over our heads as she tosses it away from herself, with some of it falling onto Cyrus's head. He looks strangely
Just don't
resigned.
hurt yourself, okay? I don't want to have to carry someone to the hospital again.
Carrie? I mean, again?
Ah, straight people. I will never understand straight people. Lena asks questions
It's
without
a
stopping
long
her work.
story. Anyway, just be careful.
As he begins to leave, Cyrus puts a hand on my shoulder. I tense up, but manage
Keep
to
an
not
eye out,
shake it
okay?
off. I nod, and Cyrus walks away. As soon as he's out of earshot, Lino comes to a halt.
MIHO, right? I need you to break my arm.
What?
You... what?
Yeah, maybe that's a bit much. Maybe just a finger would be enough.
Girl, no. As someone who has a sprain, you don't want that. Let me tell you right now.
Why would you want to do that?
Oh, you're right! A broken leg would make more sense.
Stop sounding crazy, Lena! I'm not entirely sure we're even having the same conversation. I decide to try a different approach. My splint is starting to hurt. I'm just gonna take it off for a quick second. Oh gosh. Uh, ain't no one worth that. I mean, Lexi is. Don't tell her I'd say that, but she's totally worth that.
So, are you and Cyrus friends or something?
Friends? Kind of. Unfortunately.
You don't want to be friends?
I want to be more than that!
Straight people aren't okay. As usual. Straight people aren't okay. Cyrus mentioned having to carry someone to the hospital, and now Lena wants MIHO to break her leg, so Cyrus can carry Lena to the hospital.
Like, best friends?
More than that! Like boyfriend and girlfriend.
What is wrong with straight people? I will never understand them.
Oh.
I don't get it. That explains why I didn't understand. Oh, okay. Ow, my thumb.
How's that going?
She sighs and her wings droop.
Well, you just saw pretty much.
Like, Cyrus seems like a nice guy, but with about as much energy as a teaspoon. I'm not sure he could handle you, Lena.
I know Cyrus from ballet, but I quit ballet, so I only get to see him at other stuff like this. But he's always trying something new every week, so I do too. But it's kind of hard to talk to him, especially when he's so busy. When I heard he was gonna come plant trees, I had no idea he'd be in charge. So I can't let him think I'm a slacker or bad at tennis. Not when he already thinks I'm a quitter.
No, poor girl.
I think I get it.
The one thing I know for sure is that it sounds complicated. Good luck, Lena. The two of us go back to shoveling dirt, and eventually... Go for it. Oh, wow, my stomach's really upset. Oh, wow, yeah, my stomach is... Maybe in a bit. I wanted to at least get through chapter 2 today, but, the two of us go back to shoveling dirt, and eventually we go deep enough that we can plant the saplings Cyrus gave us. The thing is, the game is honestly... The pain hurts less when I'm streaming and playing the game. It distracts my mind away from all the sensations of my body, if that makes sense. It probably doesn't. I probably sound crazy. But it's just something else to focus on so that I'm not focusing on, how much my thumb hurts, or how much my head or throat hurts, or how much my stomach hurts. Okay. When it's time to wrap up, Cyrus makes one last trip around, collecting shovels and handing out water bottles. When he reaches us, he nods approvingly.
Good work, both of you.
Thanks.
I gulp down the water he gives me in just a few swigs.
Yeah, thanks.
Poor Lena. On the other hand, Lena still seems a little dejected. She doesn't even try to talk to Cyrus before he leaves. When the two of us part ways, She just gives me a half-hearted wave.
See you later.
Yeah, bye.
You can find yourself to that prison.
I'm not even sure what she'll be doing next time, much less when or where. Maybe Aspen will tell me about it again. Digging holes wasn't exactly something I'd want to do a second time. But planting a tree was satisfying, and I'm kind of curious to see how things go with Lena and Cyrus, if they go at all. Lena's kind of a lot, as Aspen says, but she's nice. I hope everything works out for her at least. Looking around, I notice that I'm the only one left. So I toss my empty bottle in a recycling bin and start making my way back. Okay, we've got one with an exclamation mark above it on Cuba Street. Let's go there. Looking for something to do, I head to Cuba Street to walk around. I don't go shopping very often since I have pretty much everything I could need at the library, but I do like looking around. Babe, do you want to refill my water bottle for me?
I'm kind of busy.
That's okay.
Give me a minute or so.
Okay. While I wander, I notice two people that I sort of recognize sitting at a table together. Tommy's parents. Last time, the dad introduced himself to me as Elijah. Although I recognize his mom, I never heard her name. The two of them are sitting across from each other, and his mom has her face in her hands. Elijah looks kind of upset, but stays on his side of the table. Tommy and Gerby don't seem to be around. Oh dear, they're separated. Aww. Sad. My curiosity gets the better of me, and I sit down close by where I can hear what they're talking about.
Gwen, we're still on the same side here. Tommy's side, right?
Compounding of pain upon pain. Existence is difficult today for poor Whittle Mary.
I know, it's just... It's a lot, okay? It's a lot.
Yeah. But, we knew it wasn't going to be easy.
At least we were right about that.
Gwen pats her pockets, looking around, and Elijah pulls out a pack of tissues from his own pockets. He offers them to her, and she takes one and blows her nose.
What are we supposed to tell his teacher? This is the third time he's gotten in a fight this month.
He's fighting with other kids. Are they talking talking about Tommy? I can't picture him in a fight. He's way too small. What would he even be fighting about?
Yeah. Did they say if he won or not?
Who cares?
Elijah!
Sorry. Why don't you talk to the school and let them know that we're dealing with it? And I can talk to T when he's back from your place next time.
Fine. Maybe he'll listen to you better than he'll listen to me.
Maybe. It's a shame we can't get Gerby to talk to him.
Gwen scoffs.
Or anyone. I don't think it's bad for him to have an imaginary friend or anything, but...
Oh, that's right. The other day, Tommy and I ran into someone who was able to see Gerby.
He's talking about me. I scoot a little closer on the bench where I'm sitting to make sure I don't miss anything.
Really? Who was it?
You know, I can't remember. I remember them saying it, but I can't picture their face or voice. Wish I'd gotten a name or something.
So you don't actually know if they saw him or not? They just said they could.
Well, technically, maybe you're right. I wish I could think of who it was.
That's my curse. I'm tempted to walk over and tell them that it was me, but I don't know what that would accomplish. I don't have any way to prove what I'm saying, and it might just make me come off as crazy. Remember the details. The bug collection. I can only sort of follow along with what they're talking about, but it seems like Tommy's having a lot of trouble, and neither of them know what to do about it. That's not anything I can give advice on or help with either. Sighing, Gwen checks her watch.
Well, I've got to go pick him up. I'll let you know what the teacher says when I talk to her.
All right. Let me know if you need anything.
Yeah, bye.
They both stand up, and it seems like they're not sure how to act. Finally, Gwen gives a stiff wave and walks off down Cuba Street. Elijah sticks around for a bit longer, sighing like Gwen did and running a hand through his hair. Then he leaves in the opposite direction. Humans and their relationships are complicated. I hope I never have to deal with something like that. Foreshadowing indeed. Now that the two of them are gone, there's nothing else going on around here that's very interesting. After another day spent entertaining myself around town, I decide to take Aspen's advice and ask Julia about a TV. Maybe I should just... Excuse me, I'm just gonna refill my water bottle myself. starting to run out of steam here, chat, so I think after this next day, I'm gonna call it for the night and lie down. Ugh. Like, my nausea has come back with a vengeance. The tea, unfortunately, did not help my sore throat at all. I don't think I'm going to be able to go to that basement concert tomorrow. I don't think I'll be on Saturday, 2 days from now. I don't think I'm going to be up for it. After another day spent entertaining myself around town, I decide to take Aspen's advice and ask Juliet about a TV. The light is on in Juliet's study, meaning she's in there. I knock on the door and get an
Come in.
instant response. The study hasn't changed at all since I was here a couple days ago. Screw that, goddammit. Except there aren't any bats in the corner this time. It's just me and her. Great! Now with no eyewitnesses, we can fuck!
Hi.
Looks
Good
good.
evening, MIHO. What brings you here?
I'm a little bit worried about how to do this. Usually, I just take something I want. Lately, I've just started saying yes when people offer me things, but going in and just asking for something? I hate asking for things, too. Like, I really, really hate asking for things. Well, I'll have to do it sometime.
I had a question. Yesterday, Aspen said I should ask about getting a TV in my room. That way, I'd have something to do.
Oh, that is a good idea. I take it today wasn't particularly exciting either.
Not really. It was fine. Nothing bad happened. I'm just...
I don't want to say I'm bored. What if she thinks I'm blaming her or ungrateful? I bite my lip, trying to think of a better way to put it, but she seems to read my
Bored?
mind.
It's all right, you can say it. An empty room would be boring for anyone. I believe there should be a television somewhere around. Let's take a look.
I follow her out of the office. Juliet takes me down one of the hallways I've never been down, and where I don't think I've ever seen the lights turned on.
What
We
are all
pass
these
by several
rooms?
doors.
They've been all kinds of things over the years. Bedrooms, studies, playrooms. But now they're mostly just storage.
We stop in front of one door, indistinguishable from the
I
rest.
believe this is the one.
It's not locked. Juliet just opens it normally. Inside is dark and dusty. The window is covered with heavy curtains that don't let any light in. In other words, what you'd expect from a vampire's house. There's tons of junk leaning against the walls, like some faded bicycles and a dresser that's missing a drawer.
There it is.
Juliet points. And I see what she's looking at. There's a TV in one corner with its cords wrapped around itself in a thick blanket of dust. We both walk over and I wipe some of the dust away. It immediately blows into my face. Oh, what an adorable sneeze! Well, I can't do it with my throat being the way it is right now.
MIHO, are you alright?
Oh, is she allergic? Still, I back a few steps away.
As you can tell, it's been a while since I've come in here.
Much more carefully than me, Juliet cleans up
I
the
believe
TV.
it should still work, though.
Okay, I can move it to my room then.
It's alright. I can take it.
Juliet effortlessly lifts the TV up and begins to carry it to my room. Muscles. I'd probably weigh absolutely nothing
Wow.
to her. I know from plenty of experience that TVs aren't exactly
I need to
easy
remind
lift.
myself to never piss her off.
Or maybe to remind myself to piss her off. I hurry after her, arriving at my room just as she sets the TV down in the corner and plugs it in.
Let's see.
She presses the power button, and with a soft buzz, it comes to life.
Indeed. I'm relieved. Let me try to remember how to use it.
It's kind of slow, but she manages to explain all the different buttons and what they do, and how to use the remote. It doesn't seem that complicated, but also I never learned how to do it either. Once we make sure it's not gonna die or anything, Juliet leaves me on my own with it, and I immediately destroy it. Nope. I change through all the channels, getting an idea for what there is. There are some channels with cartoons, which I know I meant for kids. There are also some shows with real people in them, but they don't make much sense to me. Maybe if I watched them from the beginning. There are also plenty of ads. I recognize more products than I do shows. That probably has more to do with my lifestyle than anything else, though. Even flipping through the stations constantly. I do find myself having much more fun if I was walking around. I see why some humans do this all day. Cozy fox. MIHO's a cozy fox with a TV. Eventually, I go back to one of the cartoon channels. Even if they're for kids, they're easier to follow along with. I pick one and leave it running, climbing into bed to watch. What? Green. Speaking of, babe, do I have anything on my butt? Well, why don't I have anything on my butt? You got 2 hands, don't ya? What the fuck? Why did you slap my ass with a fucking... Why did you use that? It's Skimbles plastic cat. It's Skimbles, what would you call this? It's like felt? A catnip burrito. She smacked my ass with a catnip burrito. I ended up spending a few hours watching until I fall asleep that night. Having something else to follow along with and think about is a nice distraction from having my own doubts and worries creep up on me. If this is what a normal life is like, then maybe it's something I could get used to after all. I'm gonna save, and I am gonna call it here because I am hanging by a thread. Let's see who's live that we can raid. Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Hero's got her face in the water-filled pot for some reason.
Hmm. Let's see who to raid. How about Ryuku Wolfpack? He's making a push to partner. Let's go send him some love. God, I am...
Time to take a break.
Yeah, time to take a break indeed. Okay, everyone, listen up. I'm sending you all to Raikou Wolfpack. I'm sorry, Raikou Wolfpack. He is making a push to partner, and I want you all to be good to Raikou, and always remember, be gay, do crime, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!